Hey there, it's Patmos, and nice of you to join me for the second episode with our medieval Dynasty game. Here we have our house, that's all that we have at this point. We have a few missions, we have to set a rabbit trap and create some stuff. We have to survive for a season. So there's a lot that we can do, and that we are going to do, so let's get into it. Let's grab ourselves a few sticks, well we still have 60. So let's get a little bit in the woods. And we have to set a rabbit trap. Here we have the trap. A rabbit trap. Pretty easy. You just put it down. There it is. And every now and then you swing by the trap. You can also see it on the top where it's located. And then you just swing by and see if there's anything in it. So that worked out. All we need now is a wooden spear, a stone knife, and then hunt a wild animal. Let's see, for a knife we need 2 stones and 5 sticks, and for a wooden spear we need a log. Well, let's build a wooden spear. There it is. Let's find ourselves a stone, so that we can create that knife as well. Then we have everything we need to go on a hunt. At the same time, let's get some of these flowers, because one of the ways to get healed once you are hurt is with these flowers. So if I go to the inventory and I show you the daisies, they give us 2 health and a 40-second effect where we need less water. And the dandelion gives us 3 health. So that's very good. That's really important. I mean, they only grow in certain seasons, not always. So I'd like to get my hands on quite a few flowers, just to make sure that if we do get hurt, and for instance while hunting you can get hurt by, if you hunt a wild boar or something and you aren't careful, they'll just hit you. So I'd like to keep some flowers on me all the time. Ooh, there's a badger. Well, let's see. Here we have a stone, I think. No. Alright. Where are all the stones? Am I just missing them, or? Ah, there's the stone. Great, because I wanted to create a knife. There we go. Craft a stone knife, and then we have to hunt. I think we're going to go hunt for a rabbit. That might be a good thing. And first we need some water, by the way. Let's drink some. There we are. Well, let's go to our inventory and let's set the spear on number 3. So every time I hit the number 3 button, we'll grab our spear. There it is. Let's head a bit to our house, then get into the woods and find ourselves a rabbit. As soon as we have that, I think it's time to build a storage where we can store all our stuff. And as you can see, it's a bit foggy, and if you get too close to animals, they'll run away. So what I like to do is just walk a bit and then look around, see if I can spot an animal. Ah, there we have one, but I'm not going to hunt that. For that you need more than 1 spear. So if you hunt a rabbit, they won't come after you. So you can just hunt it, and once you hit it, it'll be dead straight away. But there are also animals like the badger or the boar that needs more than 1 spear attack. And if you attack it, they'll come after you and try to hunt you. So you either have to be prepared with more spears to hit them straight with, or have to do some running away, etc. So I'd like to just be prepared before we hunt those animals. So we're just going to go for a little rabbit, if we can find one. What you can do, of course, is go to your map and then spot what animals are close by. So you can see a little bit further away there should be rabbits, but also a little bit to the back. So if we go this way, I believe, yes, a little bit more like this, there should be rabbits here. Now sometimes you spot them, sometimes you don't. Those things happen. But in this little area there should be rabbits. Keep your eyes open, don't run too fast because you'll make too much noise and you'll scare them. That's the thing. Ah, I see a rabbit there. Perfect. So let's get close. If I hit the control button we can do a little bit specialized walking, and there we go. We'll throw our spear, it's miss. Yeah, that happens every now and then. Especially when I'm hunting. Usually after a few throws I get better at it, but... Well, this was kind of terrible, I have to say. Usually I'm not that bad, but... Now I was. Alright, let's see. Do we spot another rabbit? Not so far. Ah, there it is again. Alright, let's give it another go. And this was a hit. There it is. Well, let's pick up our spare again. You can see it's only 50% now. We've thrown it 2 times and it gets damage every time you do that. And you can throw it 4 times and then it's gone. So you need to get a new spare. Alright, we got our spear. We got 2 fur and 2 meat, which is very nice. That gives us some food. Now if we look at the meat, you can see it's unprocessed meat. It's 100% now, but it will get worse. So what you can do with it is either cook it or roast it on the campfire, and it will be it will stay good for longer. So if we go to our hut, we can light the campfire, and then we can craft something. And now we can craft the meat. We'll do both pieces. It'll roast it, so we'll get some roasted meat, and it will stay good for longer, so we can eat it for a longer time, which is nice. That's it. That's all that we can do right now, so let's just go on with it. Alright, we have to survive for a season. Now, of course, the goal of this game is to build ourselves a nice and prosperous village. So far, we only have 1 house. That's our house. So it's time to start expanding a bit. And one of the ways to do that is make sure that you get a storage. Now, I think the expansion of the village will mostly go this way. So we're going to build the storage a little bit more centralized, not close to our house. So I think this could be a good spot. Let's see. Houses, extraction, hunting, farming, storages. Let's build ourselves a resource storage. Now something is blocking it, which might be a tree or the road or whatever. We'll see. There it is. We'll build it alongside the road if we can. Yes, we can. There it is. Alright, here comes the storage. Let's see what we need. 12 stones. So we'll have to pick up some stones now. Make sure that we can lay the foundation. I think after the stones we need mostly sticks and logs. With the house we could change the walling, and we could tell it to make it out of stone. With this we can't, so the storage will always be created of sticks. Ooh, we have a new survival level. That's nice. Let's go to the skill. You can see that we now have 2 skill points in the survival tree. And there's all these things that you can get. Let's see. We can get more knowledge. We can get a better temperature tolerance. We can get an iron liver, so we won't get poisoned that easily. We can see sticks, stones, mushroom, feathers and herbs in the inspector mode. Now that's a really good one. I'm going to show it to you soon. What else is there? Well, I'd like to get the extra knowledge one so that we get extra points faster. So right now you can see if I hit the Alt button where things are. So there's a lot of stone here, there's some plants here. It will cost us some stamina, the green bar, but that will come back to us anyway. But this can really help you make sure that you find what you need. So if you're in a dark forest, not a lot of lighting, or maybe it's even nighttime, just go there and make sure that you... Alright, we have 18 stones now. I think that should be sufficient for now. So they will help us to find resources that we need. Now it's just basic building materials, but later on I believe you can even enhance it and see even better stuff. So that's nice. For now, let's build the foundation first. There it is. Alright, now we need 10 logs. Now of course we are still carrying quite a few stones, so I'm going to put them in the chest that I have in my house, so that at least that we store them. And I think I'm going to store quite a few things, because this is costing us 1.5 kilograms and we don't need it at this point. Anything else that we need? Well, we don't need just dried meat. We can always go to our house to eat. We can eat the roasted meat or the oat roll, so that's nice. So let's take out a few things that we don't really need. This is costing us 6 kilograms of what we can carry, which basically is at least 2 logs. We don't need the wheat at this point, so let's get it out. We do need the straw for the roof. So yeah, this will save us some weight, and that will help us carry more. And the more we can carry, the better it is. Well, let's cut down a tree. So we can always just go to our house and pick up the stuff that we left in our chest, but now we don't have to carry it around. Ooh, our axe broke, I think. We need 2 more stones to get a new axe. Now, I can now check if there's any stones laying around here. Not really. So we'll just go to our house, pick 2 stones up. Here we are. Let's give ourselves 2 stones. And now we can build ourselves a new axe. And that will really help us chop down trees, of course. There we are. We have our new axe. That's how easy it is. Alright. Let's pick up the logs. Should get 4 out of this. Yes, we did. Let's just go straight to the house now, because otherwise we'll just carry around all these logs all the time. 1. Ooh, our hammer broke as well. Let's build a new hammer. So that's one of the things, especially in the beginning of the game, where you will have a lot of tools breaking down. Later on you can build better tools. We need to do some eating, by the way, so let's eat an oat roll. It gives us 55 food. That should, yeah, completely filled up now. So that's just the thing. Later on you can build better tools. You get copper and iron and stuff like that. And with that, tools will be more durable. You can also get upgrades from the skill tree, where your tools will be better for longer, but for now we'll just have to suffer the fact that we have to build new tools every now and then. Alright, let's get 2 logs from these birch trees. Do really love the birch tree, it's a really cool tree. Alright, I think we can get a few more. We need a lot more anyway. There we go. Now, as far as I know, if we leave the stumps of the tree, every season a new tree might grow out of it. There's no saying it will, it might. Ooh, we have another skill point in the extraction level. So let's see, we can get extra experience, we can get extra stuff when we dig in a clay pit, but we're not going to do that anytime soon. And here you see 5% slower durability loss of the axe. Now this time I'm going to go with the knowledge, because I want to accumulate more points quickly. So let's do it like that. But later on we might get the other one. Alright, let's see. I'll leave the stumps, we'll just cut down this. Ooh, we are quite heavy now, so can't run anymore. But now we can start work on the frame with a lot of logs. Yeah, we have plenty, that's good. Here we are. Well, that's the outside. Let's just continue building. Of course, this is a bit of a timely job. Now, I could just skip the video forward and show you once it's done, but that's not the way I play these games. So you will see everything. And, well, if you're new to the game or having some trouble, you might just do a little build along and build along with me. And then you'll see, I'm going to use all the sticks, by the way, because that means less stuff to carry. It means that we can carry more logs next time. But yeah, you can just build along if you want to. So yes, you're going to see everything. Now, especially in the beginning, where we are right now, it's a bit of work. So you have to gather all the stuff yourself. You have to make sure that you build everything. Later on, if you have villagers in your own village, you can set them to collect logs for you and sticks and stuff. And all you have to do then is go to the research storage that we're building right now. And you can get all the stuff that you need there. So you don't have to go back into the forest, gather all the stuff, and then move back again. You don't have to do that. Your villagers can do that for you. Which is nice because, well, at this point we have to do everything. So right now we are building the storage, but we also have to make sure that we drink enough water. We have to make sure that we get all the food that we need. So we have some food left, so that's good. But we might also need to... let's grab some extra sticks. We could also be needing to make sure that we hunt food. Right now we don't have to, but yeah, that's all the things that we have to do ourselves this game. Alright, 8, 10. Alright, we have 10 logs now, that's nice. How many sticks do we have? We still do need quite a few sticks. So yeah, let's pick up some sticks. Ooh, that's a big bird. I'm not going to hunt it, but it's a really big bird. Alright, we're quite heavy. let's get going with this storage. Well, I say storage is coming along nicely. 43% already. But just by collecting all the stuff that you need. And with empty pockets, we can carry a lot, so we can just get a lot of stuff that we need. Make sure that we build this big building. It's a pretty big building. Now there's a little bit difference on how you do things. If we let me go to the map soon. Here we have the map. Here we can see, or the management. Here you can see our dynasty reputation is 20. We have a population of 1, and we don't have to pay taxes yet. Now later on, we're going to have to pay taxes, and one of the way taxes are calculated is by the number of buildings that you have. And there's different schools of thought on what you should do. Should you get a lot of buildings early on, or should you just get people first and make sure that you feed them? Now there's different ways to look at it. I usually like to get prepared by making sure that we have as many buildings as we can, and then later on I will make sure that we have enough money to pay the taxes. There's also people that like to keep the number of buildings to a minimum, and so they don't have to pay that much taxes. It's a little bit different on how you look at things. I think there's plenty of money to be gained early enough so that we can pay all taxes, and I just like to be really prepared, making sure that we have all the buildings that we need. So before I will invite visitors or new people to come live in our village, I will probably already have like 8 buildings, like a hunter's hut and a woodchopper hut, etc., so that they can do all the jobs that I want them to do. Oops, that's the wrong button. So you'll probably see that we'll have quite a big village before we invite our first villager. The thing with that is that you can also already start inviting like 2 or 3 villagers at the same time, and they can do a lot of good jobs for you. But we'll get to that point, of course. Right now, let's first just finish this one. Alright, we have 4 more logs. We also need logs for the roof, so let's get a few more. I guess deforestation isn't really a problem in this game yet, since it's just like in the medieval age. So we can just do whatever. Ah, we unlocked a new building, the woodshed. That's one of the buildings where your new villagers, you can assign them and they will get logs and sticks and stuff for you, which is really powerful. I really like that. Alright, we need to collect some extra straw soon for the roof. Let's first put in all the logs. Alright. There we go. Alright, let's see, because we also need a log in here, I think, yeah. Alright, we need 3 more logs and a lot of straw. Now, straw is out here. It's a bit confusing because it's called reed, but as soon as you collect it, it turns itself into straw. Kinda magical, you don't have to do anything with it, you just collect it and then it's called straw. And we'll need quite a bit of it, so let's just get it. At the same time, I think it's time to drink some water again. Slowly running out, so that's what we're going to do as well. Now we need a lot of reed. Let's do some drinking, by the way. I'm not sure how much reed we need. I don't do the calculations all the time. But, well, if we have any to spare, we'll just put it in the storage and we can use it later on. And we're here now anyway, so let's just collect a lot of reed. Ooh, yeah. So just by collecting stuff and getting resources, you also level up. You get new technologies unlocked, new buildings unlocked, so that's really good. Now we can also build a hunting hut. Alright, let's go. 69 straw. I think our hammer is going to break down again. There we are. And now we need a log to build a new one. So, I'm sorry, tree, but you have to go. Why me? I don't know. I just picked you. There you go. Yes, let's fall over. There it goes. Alright, so we got 44 feathers out of it in total now. And feathers are a good way to make some money. If you sell them, they earn you good money. So if we go to the village later on, we have to set the hammer into our inventory to number 2. There it is. We will be selling some of those feathers to make some actual money. There we are. This is a separate piece over the entrance. So let's get this as well. Well, of course we have to get all the roofs, so I'm not going to run outside, but just do it from the inside. Ah, there it is. We have 1 log left, so we can put it there. So we'll just need 2 more logs to finish the inside as well. And then we can start using this as a storage when it's done. Just this one. Perfect. Alright, let's get 2 more logs. Ah, there's a perfectly lonely tree here that I think can go. Let's hope it doesn't fall in the water too much. Alright, there it goes. 1 log. 2 logs, that's it. Perfect. Let's get back to the storage. Run, run, run. Let's finish it. 1 and 2. There it is. Now let's go to the chest inside the storage and let's see. We still have some straw left, so let's put it in there. We have some fur that we're not going to use. We'll keep the feathers. And yes, we have our storage. That's really nice. Alright, what else? I think it's time to prepare for new people to come in. So it's time to get a few buildings that we need. So like the woodshed, the well. So they can provide logs here and other stuff. And I'd like to get it close to the resource building, the resource storage. So we'll just build it right here. We need 8 stone. Alright, are there any stones here? Don't think so, but we had a few stones left here. Maybe there's some stuff here that we can get to the, yeah, let's get the copper sickle. Let's put some stuff into the normal storage and not our home storage. I think that's better. And of course we already got 4 stones, so all we need to do is find 4 more. We need to get some trees, I think. So let's go on a resource hunt. Let's get the copper sickle out. Flat straw hat might be something that we sell later on in the village. I will keep that. It's not too heavy anyway. Yeah, let's put in the weed. Alright, that's it. So some things we don't need a flat straw hat at this point, and it might be good if we just sell it in the village to make a good amount of money. Oops, I hit the tree there with my head. We are almost out of stamina, so let's wait for it to come back a bit and now continue hunting down the tree, which is a bit strange to say. We're cutting it now. Let's get some extra stones. We need at least 4, but our axe is also not in really good shape. So I guess we need 2 more to also make sure that we can build a new axe. Now there's plenty of stones laying around here, so that's good. This is 4, 5, 6. Alright, let's build a new axe already, so that it's in our inventory. As soon as the axe breaks down now, it immediately picks up the new axe, which is a good thing. There we go. Let's finish this and then let's see how much wood we need for the foundation. Oh, at least 4 more logs. So, time to cut down a few trees. Now the interesting thing is, if you have villagers collect trees or wood, they don't actually chop down wood. So with us, the trees are really going away. Ooh, you can hear he's tired. But when normal villagers do that, the trees won't actually go away around your village, which is really nice, because then they'll be kept. So it can be a good thing to get a villager on wood business rather quick. There you saw it. The stone axe broke, but it immediately got the new one. That's why I already got it. Alright, here we go. Let's finish the woodshed. Now the thing, of course, is that with new villagers we need to build new housing and stuff, and we're not quite there yet, so that might take some time. Alright, we need 8 more straw. I'm going to keep the ones in the storage for now. We'll just collect a bit more because there's plenty out here. 4, 5, 7. Come on. 9. Alright, that's it. This should finish the woodshed. It gives us an extra building. That's really nice. And it's done. We have a woodshed. So right now, right here, we can craft some stuff. We can craft planks. We can get some firewood going. We don't really need it yet, but we can. Here's the chest here. We can put in stuff. So if we want to get new villagers in town, we need to provide them with everything. So we need to give them the tools that they need in the chest. So for instance, in this case, an axe to make sure that they can chop down trees and work on the woodworking bench. So it'll be quite a thing to actually get new villagers in. So that's not what we're going to do. We are, however, going into town to talk to Dobroniega and do a mission there. I think we have a nice town now with our house. We have a woodshed. I think it's also time to try and make some money and to interact a bit with the people. Maybe even get some stuff from town. So it's always a good thing to keep your eyes open. So just look around, see what's there, because your environment will change. I think I'm going to pick up a few stones, by the way, just to make sure that we have some. So right now you can see there's nothing out here. It could well be that the next day or the next season there's a little camp out there with bandits, or just an empty camp without bandits. Things will change. It might well be that there's nothing here now, and that later on there's a cart laying around that crashed and there's some resources there that you can get. So don't just run around all the time blindly to the point where you want to go. Look around a bit, see what's there. Things might change. So you can see here there's the cart. We already emptied this one, I think. But yeah, there might just be new things laying around this time. Or at a place where there was no cart, suddenly there is a cart, and then of course you go and pick up all the stuff that's in there. Well, we need to eat soon, so let's see what we have. Let's get some apples. They give us food and water, which is really nice. And, well, we can get a little bit of roasted meat, that's it. So you can see we're out of meat now. We have some meat in our chest, so we don't have to worry about it yet, but I'm going to show you something soon. Ooh, is this Alwyn? Yeah, let's talk to him. Hi, my name is Rasimir. Hi, I'm Alwyn. I don't recognize you. Are you new here? I came here from the south. I'm looking for a new place for myself. Good luck to you then. Well, thank you. Doesn't it get bored over time? If you were you, I would die of monotony. Because he is a farmer. My job is to cultivate fields. In fact, I do the same work every day, year by year. Of course it bores me. How long can you do the same thing in your life over and over again? But my family needs my help and I'm doing my best to provide for them. Did not mean to offend you, I'm sorry. And it's really good that he tries to take care of his family. That's really good. There's no need for you to apologize. I'm a little bit annoyed and short-tempered recently. There is a delicate matter that won't let me focus on my work. What's that, Alwyn? Maybe I could be of some aid. It may seem pretty petty, but I'm really tired of my mother's conflict with Dobroniega. Her son Dalibor won't leave my little sister Olga alone. Okay, I understand it's just a game for them. After all, when I was his age, I played with Dobroniega, his older sister. I pretended to be a knight, equipped with a stick instead of a sword, but anyway, I managed to protect her honor. Like every knight does. It's adorable in its way. Anyway, let's go down to earth. I think he needs something to keep him busy and away from my sister. So that you could work with a clear mind again, huh? Would be nice indeed. I'll see what I can do. Alright, so we got a little side quest. That's nice. Let's talk to Dobroniega first. Is she sitting here? Yes, she is sitting there. Hi, you're Dobroniega, right? Nice to meet you. I'm Rasimir. What can I help you with? That's nice. Nice to meet you, Rasimir. What brings you to me? Well, Uniegost told me that you can fix me up with some food. I haven't eaten a proper meal in weeks. Well, it depends what proper means to you, but I can offer you something warm and filling. Oh, that sounds more than amazing. And we got one porridge. Oh, that's nice. There you go. Now you tell me something about yourself. How do you know my husband? Well, there's nothing much to say, really. I've just arrived at the valley looking for my Uncle Lorden. Didn't expect to be done searching so quickly, to be honest. Oh yes, he was Uniegost friend. I remember now hearing that he had eyes like yours. I'm sorry for your loss. That's okay. I don't even remember him, really. Most that I know about him is from my mother's story. She always looked up to her big brother, loved him furiously, even when he stopped visiting. Lots of people did, from what I've heard. There was something special about him. Yeah. Tough shoes to fill, huh? The only shoes that you need to worry about filling are your own. Every man is the architect of his own fortune. Thank you for saying that. It's what I needed to hear, but let's not talk about me anymore. What's your story? I was part of a traveling band of troubadours. I've never managed to learn how to play any instrument, but I was pretty decent with my singing. Our travels brought us to the valley not long after the death of your uncle. I still remember seeing Uniegost for the first time. He had so much sadness in his eyes. Lorden wasn't just a friend of his, he was a part of him. The band left a few days later. I stayed. There was something in Uniegost's presence, and I simply knew my place was by his side. You probably noticed the age difference. No, not really. What? Are you implying that I look old? Nothing of the sorts. Anyway, so it looks like you are anchored here by love. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, you could call it that, or blindness, or stupidity, poor judgment maybe. Whatever sounds best to you. Pretend all you like. You fell hard for the grandpa with sad eyes, and you know it. I did. He annoys me sometimes like nobody else. Yes, I can't imagine breathing without him now. But don't let me go all soft on you. You surely got some places to go. It was a pleasure talking to you. Every second of it. Here, I know it's not much, but it will come in handy when you start a new life. Everything costs coins these days. I really appreciate that, but I'm looking for it. Not looking for charity. I'll manage. Oh, come on, don't try to be a hero, man. Alright, do something for me then. It won't be a handout, just your first pay. That I can agree on. What do you need? There's a farmer in the village. She's named Dobroniega. She usually supplies the tavern with rye, but I haven't got any from her in a while. My stock is almost gone, and you don't even want to imagine what would happen to these people when we ran out of beer. Well, consider it done. While we're speaking of beer, Uniegost asked me to grab a couple for us. Of course, here you go. Great, thank you. He promised to tell me some stories about Lorden. Alright. I see. Well, in that case... thank you. Well, we got some beer. Our quest is updated, and now we have to deliver the stuff to Uniegost. So there we go. Still a little bit of walking to do, but we'll find him. Hopefully he's still awake. Want him to be asleep. Or I'll just wake him up, maybe we can. I'm not sure. Yes, he is asleep. Let's talk to him. Rastamir! Hey, Uniegost, you're looking at a proud house owner from the valley. I'm back bearing beers. Oh, that's nice. Ah, well done indeed. Alright, let me wet my throat with the amber goodness and start reminiscing. I knew Lorden for 22 years before he died. He was my best and truest friend. A brother, actually. I remember the day that we met as it was yesterday. I was 25 at the time, living in the big city of Jelenburg, where I was born. You could say I hated the place, but still it was the only home I ever knew. Maybe someday I'll tell you more about that. Anyway, I was forced to take care of my own, so I did, doing the only things that I could do. Stealing. You were a thief? Yes, I was. And a bloody good one, if I may say. Picking pockets in my bread and butter. I could steal a piece of steak right from your fork and you wouldn't even notice. It wasn't greed that motivated me, just survival. I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy the process. Well, stealing is still a crime, no matter the motivation. I'd say you'll want to wait and hear a bit more before getting all high and mighty on me. Alright, I'm sorry, go on. We had an annual festival at Jelenburg. It almost brought a whole bunch of outsiders to town. You can imagine what they meant for a man in my profession. I could do a day's worth of work in a matter of minutes. I grabbed a few coins here and there, some jewelry, a pair of new boots. And then I saw a nobleman with a money bag strapped to his belt. It was basically begging to be set free. I sneaked behind him in the crowd, like I did 1,000 times before child's play. I gently grabbed the pouch, did a little shimmy magic, and there it was, sitting neatly in my palm. Just needed to turn around and disappear like always, and then, wham! I was punched in the face by what felt like a bull, and I was so shocked I didn't even realize what happened until I hit the ground. My head was pounding. I could barely see straight. And do you know what was the first thing I saw next? Ah no, smile. A big, radiant smile on the face of the man with two different eyes. It was your Uncle Lorden, the one I took for a nobleman. He stuck his hand out, helped me get up, and offered me a beer. Just like that? Or he did realize you were trying to rob him, right? Of course he did. I don't get it. It's just how Lorden was, you see. Your uncle was deadly clever. Smartest man I've ever known, hands down. You could see the world like nobody else. Predict things. He was always at least a dozen steps ahead of everyone else. So, on a rare occasion that somebody surprised him, he was intrigued. And he was expecting you. Indeed, apparently, even despite my failure, I was still the one that came the closest to robbing it, and he liked that. So I'm guessing you accepted this invitation, right? Didn't really have a choice, did I? I was terrified of the guy at the moment, so we went. He took me to the most expensive and most crowded tavern in the whole town. Remember that it was the day of the festival. Even entering that place was next to impossible. He didn't seem to care, though. In a matter of seconds, we were sitting at a table, being served by two barmaids at the same time. It was surreal. In my mind, there was only one explanation. He owned the place. And did he? Not at all. It was his first time in Jelenberg. It all felt like a dream, to be honest. Especially with me still being dazed after the punch. I was still sure he was a nobleman. His manners, his clothes, the way he talked and moved, and when he chugged a beer like there was a race. Wiped the face with the sleeves and burped like a drum. He went from the lord to the savage like that. I relived that moment a dozen times until I realized why he did that. It wasn't a mistake, no laziness, no moment of weakness. He wanted me to see it, to understand it. Well, to understand what? That he was full of crap. Ha, you see, Rasimir, your uncle was one of a kind. He was a true master of arms, and his weapon of choice was his confidence. What does that even mean? Imagine a closed door with two armed guards at its side. You want what's inside. What are your options? You can force yourself in, bribe the guards, try to pick a lock. But Lorden, he just holds his head up high, walks right in and demands the door to be opened. You were right. That all sounds surreal. I never knew this about my uncle. My mother's stories were quite different. Because I'm afraid she knew a quite different Lorden than me, than everybody in the pack. Wait, the pack? Oh dear Rastomir, there's so much more you still don't know. Your story hasn't even really begun. But it's getting late. Oh, come on, just leave me hanging like that. Alright, I'm going to tell you a bit more. After the beer we had a couple more. Then some meat, if I remember correctly. We were talking about our past, our dreams, convictions, starting making some drunk and absurd plans. I thought we were joking, to be honest. The next thing I remember is waking up in silk sheets. I'm guessing they weren't yours, correct? Are you kidding me? It was the first time I ever touched fabric like that. The ceiling in the chamber was so high, it could fit a giant. I thought I was dreaming. Then the servants walked in. I was ready to flee, but instead of fighting me, they presented me with breakfast. Really? How come? Well, it was all Lorden's doing. I've never found out how he managed to pull it off. Whenever I asked, he just bursted into laughter. Even years after. Needless to say, I left Jelenberg with him on that day, the first time I went outside of the town walls, and never came back. That was the day the pack was born, and 3 years later there was 5 of us, a real team, a family. We called ourselves the Reminders. Oh, how I wish I could be there. It all sounds incredible. I've never had adventures like that, and probably never will. Easy, my boy. It wasn't always fun and lovely, but that's a tale for another time. It really did get late, and I'm sure you still have a lot of work to do. Come on, find me tomorrow. We'll talk some more. I'll do that. Bye-bye. You can go get some sleep. Story is updated. Too bad we can't sleep here. So we'll have to wait for the next day. Let's see, what should we do? Should we stay here? We're a little bit dazed with the beer. We have alcohol in our system. I'm not really keen on staying in the village. But let's just look around a bit, because there's some nice stuff sitting around here, and no people watching us. So now we can steal a bucket, for instance. If nobody sees you, there's nothing bad about it. If they do see you, you get a Dynasty reputation hit. That's not what we want. But now we have a nice bucket, and I like it, because we're going to need it to provide our villagers with water. You'll probably see a few people walking around town too. Yeah, there's one. Those are the people walking around making sure that nobody is stealing anything. But I still did. Alright, well I think this is a good point to end this episode. Because it's been 40 minutes. We expanded our village. We did some nice stuff. We expanded the story a bit. And next time we'll just continue expanding the village and follow up on a few stories. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. Leave any comments in the comment section. I will of course respond to it. And then I hope to see you in another video. Thank you very much. Bye bye.